Welcome back, my friends. So, this may be like an off the wall, very like random video, and you probably will not relate whatsoever. I'm upset. So, a little backstory before I get into it. Growing up, I was raised in a single parent household. My father left when I was young. We had slight communication growing up, but ultimately he was out of the picture. And my mother was the best mother ever. I grew up basically being like the black sheep of the family. All my cousins had two parents that were married and were quite honestly like not rich, like super ultimately wealthy, but doing decently well for themselves to where they could provide lots of extra amenities for their children and opportunities basically to experience life. So my childhood was very sheltered in a way, and that made me become a recluse. I became shy. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I felt like I didn't belong. So basically, growing up, I was an outcast. So that's the backstory. So one of my aunts gave me a series named Dark Angel, and ever since, I binge watched that season over and over again. So the series came out in October 2000, and it starred a strong female role named Max Quivera. So basically, just like a fast rundown on the series was the star lead, Max Quivera, was a genetically engineered super soldier who escaped a military compound base where they were training multiple children as super soldiers. So throughout the series, Max goes through the events of finding her other siblings that were separated from her during the escape, and they're all identified by a barcode on the back of their neck. This series had such an impact on me growing up because I was, socially awkward, insecure. I felt like I didn't belong. I was an outcast. I just didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. And that basically was kind of the premise of Dark Angel. She escaped this terrible, like, abusive background, and she became such a strong and independent woman throughout the series. And I am just so mad that no one talks about it anymore. It only ran for like 2 series. I have like the whole disc collection, like my aunt gave me. I still have it. I don't like watching it because then it brings back such a flood of memories, and I just can't handle it sometimes. And so the reason why I'm kind of mad is because it left on the cliffhanger. I mean, we can kind of say like it kind of wasn't, because like some of it was a cliffhanger. Like, I'm gonna say it was left on the cliffhanger. And I have right here the 3 books that they came out with to continue the series, but then the books left on a cliffhanger too. I'm just like, I am not ready for this trauma again. Like, growing up, I watched a series. I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna like base my personality off of her so I can feel confident and independent and beautiful and just good about myself after having such not a rough background, because I was never abused or anything like that. So I don't want to put my situation like worse than someone else that had like more trauma than I did. But it still affected me. It still wasn't fun. It literally made me feel like I was like thrown out into a winter storm where everyone else had jackets and blankets, and I was just like in a swimsuit left to freeze. Like, I needed something to ground me. And I know it's weird saying like a TV series did that for you. Like, I know that's kind of pathetic to say. I needed a strong role model in my life that kind of was absent, and I kind of got it from this. It was just annoying. I hear no one talking about it online anymore, and then when you look up Dark Angel, you get like anime, and it's like, that's cool and everything, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Dark Angel, okay? Dark Angel! It probably didn't do well ratings wise, so they probably cut the TV show. But I'm really curious though, have you heard of Dark Angel? Apparently everyone that I know hasn't. Oh, and then they made a video game. And the trope of like once games are made into movies and series, it totally just butchers the series or the franchise, like Halo and Fallout. Borderlands, that Borderlands movie's coming up, so hopefully they don't mess that up, but I'm not really into Borderlands, so I guarantee they'll probably make that movie just absolutely perfect. But they'll mess up Halo and Fallout, the series I actually like. I mean, Borderlands is cool too. Don't get me wrong. But if you like it, hey, that's awesome. Yeah, you like it. But anyways, back to my previous point. Sorry, I ramble when I start talking. I just kind of go on tangents. But they made a video game, and in the TV series, she doesn't use guns because she's very anti-gun because she witnessed her siblings gunned down by her creators, I guess I'll just say. So she's very anti-gun. So what do they give her in the video game? They give her like nightsticks, though, like wooden nightsticks. Wait, are they wooden? I remember them being wooden for some reason, but they give her nightsticks, like the ones where you like batons, little batons, and yeah, what? Who decided that? If my memory serves me correctly, which it may be a little different, but my point exactly is when you try to look up details about this, you find absolutely nothing. And I still have the game somewhere, and I just kind of don't want to touch it because I'm just like, they butchered it. Absolutely butchered it, and I am mad, and I'm gonna rant about it because I am upset. And I know, like I said, like before, like it's just a series. Who cares? Blah blah blah. But you know what? You know what? People go hardcore on Star Wars and Disney, and that's all made up too. So I have every right to complain. I'm just saying. Okay. Okay. I know a lot of people like to read books on tablets now, but you just can't beat holding onto a book and just turning the page and just smelling the pages. Oh, you can't beat that. I know this is all over the place. I just wanted to like open the discussion up to how networks kill off series too soon. They leave on cliffhangers, and I know you can't help it sometimes. Things are just going to end because, you know, you get canceled and you can't do a whole lot about it. But it's just fun to talk about things from your childhood that just had such an impact on your upbringing, especially if you were missing something and it filled the void like these books and the DVDs did for me. When I was feeling down and lost, sometimes kids just can't talk to their parents because you don't want to blame them for things out of their control. So you kind of look for other resources to kind of fill that void, and that's what I did. Yeah, I mean, there was some sexual elements to the series, but it wasn't like so focused on like nudity and like intercourse, if I'm allowed to say that. And it was just basically like an action, like straight to the point. There was romance, but not enough to where you have to like shield your eyes, kids. So it was nice. You could watch it with your parents and not feel grossed out about it. And that's what I kind of miss nowadays. Everything is so sexual. Like, for example, I'm still hung up about this, and it kind of makes me mad still. How much nudity is in like TV shows nowadays? It's just not my thing. Alright, guys, I think I've rambled on about nonsense long enough. I hope you were able to follow along because editing this will be interesting. So, until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.